Hi everybody, look at me standing out here in the rural countryside. It's pretty brisk this morning, I can tell you, and you probably hear by my voice that I think I'm coming down with something as well. Just waiting for some people to come on board. We're standing out here in a place called Largs. Very strange name, I don't know where that name derives from. Good morning, I can see somebody's joined me, welcome. And we're standing out here not far from Maitland, in the Hunter Valley. So to the east of me is Newcastle and to the west of me is the Hunter Valley Wine District. Give me a shout, let me know who I've got with me. I've got two people with me. Good morning. It's cold, I'm freezing, I'm not dressed properly for this. I actually left my jacket at home, which was very silly. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera around and say good morning. Let me just, because I don't want to spoil it just yet. Hi, good morning. Good morning, there's 4 of you. So, hi everybody, welcome. My name's Lynn. I'm not sure who's with me yet, but good morning to anyone in case we haven't met before. Hi Lynn, welcome, lovely to see you. So look at this gorgeous morning we've got, but it's cold. The wind's up and it's pretty chilly, and I've got a cold nose. Hi Judith, welcome. All right, so before we begin, what I'd like to do, as I always do, is acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we're meeting today. And unfortunately, I'm not sure which country that is right where I'm standing. We're very close to Awabakal country, which is Newcastle area, but I'm not sure if that's where we are right now. And hi Julie, and hi Joanne. Joanne, you've got a sunflower as your digital image, I think, haven't you? Let me just go back and have a look. Yes, you do. That's right, I thought that was right. And Judith, I said hi Judith. Anybody else? That's everyone, I think, so far. All right, let's turn the camera around. So this sunflower farm is in the Hunter Valley, and they only open 2 weekends a year. And basically, we're just right on the outskirts of the field now. They've done it sort of like a maze, which is going to be a little bit of fun. So we're going to dive in there and see if we can't get lost, and also if we can't find our way out again. The sunflowers are gorgeous, and they're all facing the sun, as they do. So the sun's over here. This is the east. So they charge an entry fee to come into the sunflower farm. And 20% of the proceeds are going towards a young lady by the name of Remy, she's 15 and she has Ewing's sarcoma, which is a rare form of bone cancer. She's undergoing chemotherapy right now. So what a horrendous journey for a young person to go through. So the stalks are for sale, so you can help me pick some out if you'd like. I don't know if I can carry them with a gimbal and cut them as well. Hi Shamika, welcome. But we're going to have a go. I've got my big bag with me, and we can buy stalks if we wish, sunflower stalks. So let's dive in. Let's see if we can get ourselves lost in amongst the sunflowers. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure how I'm going to fill 45 minutes just wandering among the sunflowers, but we're going to do our best. And look, here we are. This is how tall they are. Look, right up there. And I'm holding the gimbal way above my head. Hi Sarah, welcome. So they've got these little trails that they've said dive in, follow the tracks, or make your own, which is kind of tempting, isn't it? But let's see how we go following the tracks. First of all, some of them aren't open as yet. So what do we know about sunflowers? Hi Claire, welcome. What I do know in reading about sunflowers, as I've been doing for the last couple of nights in anticipation of coming here today, is that they are endemic to North America, and there's around about 150 different species of sunflowers. What I also know is that they're related to daisies, but Jerusalem artichokes is a form of sunflower. Who knew that? Anyone know that Jerusalem artichokes are a kind of sunflower? Isn't that a perfect picture? Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Now I'm going to find a great position at several points and see if I can't get myself in the picture with some of them. But look here. This one's pretty beautiful. Did we also know that the sunflower is made up of individual flowers? So I'm not sure what you're looking at there because it's way over my head. But they are individual flowers and they form a spiral pattern in the form of the Fibonacci pattern. Fibonacci, what's it called? Hi Marsha, welcome. So the Fibonacci design. What else do we know about sunflowers? They're very beautiful. I'm just going to get you some great photos, great postcards. And we've got the perfect sky for it today, haven't we? What a pity we haven't got Olga on board. Someone send Olga a message and tell her to come and join me here in Newcastle. And I'll show you what the ground looks like at the moment. I'm going to have very wet, muddy feet after I leave here today. Sequence, thank you, Lynn. My brain is muddled. My brain is muddled today. I know I'm coming down with something. You can probably tell by my voice. I feel very, very clogged up. All right, let's have a look at this. Let's get this shot through here. Look here. I'm going to find a great spot to get the sun shining through. So apparently, I think we all knew this, sunflowers follow the sun during the day. I'm not allowed to get sick. I know I'm not allowed to get sick. My daughter had it first, and because she came to visit, and then my husband got it a couple of days ago, and I'm saying, stay away from me. I do not want it. Well, guess what? Look, I can feel it. I can feel it, and I'm not happy. Very, very not happy. Terribly unhappy. Okay, looking for the perfect shot of one that I can stand next to. I'm dosing up on vitamin C, and I took a couple of cold tablets this morning as well. So, as well as a hot honey and lemon drink. So I'm doing all the therapies. All right, here's a good one. Let's come and see if I can get a shot next to this one here. Hi, Helene. Lovely to see you. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and see if we can get. I'm not very good at this. I think you all know I'm not very good at this. But let's see. Let's see if I can get. Where is it? There it is. All right. Tilting it up. Oh dear. I'm blinded. I can't see what the screen looks like at the moment. I don't know if there's a sunflower in the shot. I don't even know if I'm in the shot, but there you go. We'll try a few of them. Okay. That's the one I was taking a picture of. I don't know if it came out or not. I think I'm going to have to try and remember and come back here. I brought my scissors. So $3 a stem. Let me see if I can find my scissors in here. Here we go. Look, got my scissors here. And they did say you can just break the stem. I think I feel more responsible if I cut it, but that's how thick the stem is. So I'm going to have to come back later and choose a couple of beautiful flowers, because I can't possibly carry them at the moment with this bag. I've got a plastic bag in there as well, and the gimbal, and try and cut it and catch it. I think it's something I'm going to have to come back to. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? What else do we know about sunflowers? So I think their botanical name is oh gosh, I've forgotten it. It's obviously helioanthrope. Helioanthrope? I think that's the name of it. And then the action of their following the sun. Hi, is it Oresia? Welcome. They move with the sun. Yes, that's right, Una. And there's a term for that, and I think it's called helioanthropic. So they follow the sun during the day, and then apparently overnight they actually turn back to face east, ready for the sun to come up the next day. That's the bit that I find fascinating. How they know to turn back and face east. I don't think I've seen you before, Oresia. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. And I think I can see that your profile pic looks like it's the Ukraine flag. Give me a thumbs up if you're actually from Ukraine, because that would make this even more special, wouldn't it? You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming along. So although the sunflower is native to North America, obviously, Oresia helped me out with this. Obviously, Ukraine, it's a big crop, a big commercial crop. That's what I figured. Welcome. Thank you, Oresia. So sunflowers are a big commercial crop, I understand, in the Ukraine. And of course, it's been adopted as not a national flower, but a symbol through the war, a symbol of unity and peace. And perhaps you can explain it better than I can, Oresia, of how the relevance of the sunflower to Ukrainians. Look at this here. Okay, I don't know what this other flower is that they're growing in amongst it. It's obviously close to finishing whatever it is, but we don't care about it at the moment. So we can muddle around in the mud and just follow this path, or we can actually just dive in amongst them, apparently, according to the ladies who greeted me this morning. And look at this. I'm going to try and get a shot over the top if I can. Let's get this camera up high. We've got some crows up there. All right, so the path goes this way. I'm glad it's just a small field, so even if we do get lost, it shouldn't take us too long to figure our way out of here. I want this shot with the sun. Helianthus, thank you, Julie. That was the term I was looking for, and I couldn't just bring it to front of mind. All right, I'm going to try putting the camera up again, up high. And let's go from down below and look at this one. Okay. Which way shall I go? I'm not sure. I'm going to try this way first. They've got a few props floating around in here too. We just have to find them. A few fun props. I've already passed a couple, but I know I need to find them again. No bees. I haven't seen any bees at all yet. If I see some, I'll definitely hone in on them. I'm keeping an eye out for that sort of thing. There was also a warning about snakes, but I think it's too cold for snakes. It says you are actually entering a working farm. Could be too cold for the bees as well, or maybe even a little bit too early because it's cold. Let me see, what does that look like? Just all about the postcards for you guys at the moment. Just trying to get some really gorgeous snapshots for you. Right, which way should we go? There's a cute Volkswagen in amongst the sunflowers right at the entrance, so we're going to make our way back there. But I'm keeping an eye out for other props as well. I saw one other. Right, this is a dead end. So I think we have to go. Does that go anywhere? No, this is a total dead end. We have to backtrack. Gosh, look at this. It's huge. This is massive. Look at the size of it. Crunch, crunch. I'm crunching on dead stalks. Well, downed stalks. Muddy path. We had hail yesterday. Hi, Carla. So we had a hail in Newcastle yesterday. I've got, my daughter sent me, she sent me a little video. She was sitting in her car outside her house and the hailstones were the size of golf balls. So she was just waiting it out. She wasn't even going to get out of her car. So I was a little bit worried about whether we would have any sunflowers here when we arrived today. But either they've come through it okay, or it missed this area. Either way, they all look pretty good to me. They look magnificent. Here we go. We can see the Fibonacci sequence right there. Does everybody know what the Fibonacci sequence is? Happy to explain that to you if you're not sure. Really interesting feature of nature, turns up in so many places. And of course, the Nautilus shell is the perfect example of the Fibonacci sequence. Here we can see it there. So the sunflower stalks are being sold for $3 each, and I think I'll probably buy 3 of them today. I don't have a container large enough for anything more than that. I'm probably going to have to put them in a bucket as it is. I'll leave one at my daughter's house on the way home today. Hi, Alicia. And all these lovely sunflowers facing the sun, showing, proving what they do, what they're known for. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome. Don't apologise, Alicia. life happens. Life happens, and it's a balancing act. But I was explaining to everybody who arrived earlier that today is just one of, what's a Fibonacci sequence? Okay, Judith, no problem. So today is one of 2 weekends, today and tomorrow. Hunter Valley Sunflowers is open for 2 weekends a year. They charge an entry fee, and 20% of all the proceeds goes towards charity. This year their charity is for a 15-year-old girl by the name of Rami, who has Ewing's sarcoma, which is a really rare form of bone cancer. Really, Marsha? That's good to know. Thank you for that. Because I had a little glitch. I had to try twice to get on today, and I thought, oh no, the signal. Okay, so, oh, Tina, hi, welcome. Where is this farm, and how big is the sunflower field? So the farm is it's in a town called Largs, L-A-R-G-S, which is just outside Maitland. And I haven't forgotten you, Judith. It's outside of Maitland, which is in between Newcastle and the Hunter Valley, or Cessnock. It's not a very big field, which we'll get a better idea of when I get back over here. We're actually found one of the perimeters right now. So Judith, the Fibonacci sequence basically is a mathematical formula where you add each number to its predecessor. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, and so on and so on. And that explains the spiral. So it's increasing by that formula, if that makes any sense. So here is the perimeter. Just trying to work out where my car is. So we I think up there and turn right is where my car's parked, and that's where the entrance is. And here's one of the props with a person sitting on it. Excuse me. And for those who missed it as well, I'm coming down with something. I nearly tripped a tractor track. Get up to this corner here, and then I'll show you from this corner the size of the field. It's not very big. I hope nobody is on you. I've got my little muffle over the microphones to help muffle the wind noise. I think I need to improve on these tractor. Here, look, I'll show you. It's on the ground here, where the tractor has left its tread. It actually is quite a significant divot in the ground, and if I'm not careful, I go over on my ankle. So I'm just going to be a little bit careful about how I walk. Hi, Seth. So over here is the corner of the field. This way. Magpie. There's a whole family of them. So this shows you the perimeter of the field over here. And my car is parked over there. In actual area, I don't know what the size is. But let's go and have a look and see if I can find some of these props scattered around the field for photo opportunities. Those 2 people should have moved on by now, I think, from the tractor. And there's another couple as well. We can hunt down. And we'll dive back in. We'll dive back in amongst the sunflowers for some more photo opportunities. Oh no, they're still there. Come on, get off the tractor. Get off. Otherwise you can be in my photo. You have to wait. All right, we'll come back. Kid with the tractor, he's not going to get off. Okay, let's find a spot to dive back in. We came out that track, so we'll go into a different one. Oh, watch those divots on the ground, Lynn. Do not want to go over on my ankle. I've got an hour and a half drive back home again. Or if I do my ankle, it's got to be my left one. So I don't need that. Don't need that one for driving. So something looks like it's chewed out the middle of that flower. I wonder if the birds have been finding them very appealing. So we're obviously on the northern perimeter of the field here because the flowers are all facing in this, eastern perimeter. What am I talking about? Eastern perimeter of the field. The flowers are all facing us here. Oh, there's a galah. There's 3 galahs. Come on over this way, guys. If they stop, I'll try and zoom in. No, too far away. Galahs are a predominantly grey with pink head and chest. One of our parrot family. And all these little birds. I don't know what they are. Okay, round this way. So here's the car park. Here's where the tables are set up for taking your money. And I would fully expect there'll be a few people hanging around this Volkswagen Beetle over here, but we'll wait for our turn to get a photo of it. Oh no, we've got it to ourselves. Excellent. Oh no, too late. Oh, I'll only be a moment. There we go. Grab your postcards, guys, because there's people waiting. And I'll go this way as well. There we go. So there's a couple waiting to get in front of it for their photos. We'll move out of their way. All right, now where did I find that other prop? I think it was over this way. More people are starting to arrive. I was here dead on 9 o'clock. So I was one of the first ones into the actual fields this morning. Where was that? Where was that path? Must be this way. It literally is like a maze. Oh, someone's filling up a bucket. The third prop was, why was there a car park there? It's literally, Judith, it's literally just a photographic prop. So you come along here, take a lovely photo with the car, and that's the only reason it's there, like the tractor on the other side of the field. Now the other one was 2 scarecrows. Now where is that path? I think I've lost it. Where is that path? Okay, there's a path in here. This path looks very popular. Right, let's see if we can find those scarecrows.
That way,
That way? Yeah. This path is going to take me there? Maybe. Alright, let's stop and pause and have a look at some more flowers while we're looking for scarecrows. Let's not forget the reason why we're here. It's beautiful sunflowers. Okay. I think it's this way. I think it's this way. And unfortunately, with Facebook, you don't get that map. Like you did on Hago. So you can't help me out of the maze. I've got to do it all by myself. Okay, the wind's picking up a little bit. All right. Here they are, I found them. Here's the scarecrows. Oh, sorry. You done? There we go. Let's get it up a little bit. No, down a little bit. No, up a little bit. There, that way. All right, now let's see. What season is it here, Kimberly? It is right at the end of autumn for us. Let me see if I can get... I don't have long enough arms. Where is it? There it is. There. It's really hard to see because I'm looking straight into the sun. Okay. I love the scarecrows. They're pretty cute, aren't they? Let's look straight up. Alright guys, that's just about it. I don't know that there's much more that I can show you. I can walk around again. They make a fine couple. Yeah, I was kind of in their way, wasn't I? I was the third wheel. I can walk around a little bit more and give you some more opportunities for photos. How long have we been going? Feels like we've only been going about half an hour. Alright, so tomorrow everyone, I'm making Rocky Road. Try and join me for that if you can. It's really yummy. I've made a practice batch and it is very yummy. I can definitely attest to the yumminess of it. This is the Australian version of Rocky Road because I understand that the UK and the US have different versions. About 30 minutes. Thank you, Tina. I think Marsha might have said something as well. Yeah, you're very welcome, Marsha and Joanne. Thank you. Let's just make our way slowly through a little bit more back towards the car. I think that's this direction. I don't know. I'll end up outside the field somehow, eventually. The sunflower is sold to stores or made into sunflower oil. Alicia, I think it's a bit of both. I think there is a certain amount of growing for the seed would be one of the reasons for the crop here. But there's also selling them for the stores as well. Now, I don't know if they're doing an online appeal, but their Instagram is Hunter Valley Sunflowers. There could be worse places to get lost. Yes, indeed. They don't have a scent though. I'm just going to see if I can... No, they don't have a scent. You're very welcome, Claire. It's been fun. I've been really hanging out to try and find sunflowers for the last 3 months. I've been keeping an eye on where there've been sunflower farms opening their farm doors, their farm gates. And this is the one that just lined up for me, so it worked out really, really well. This one's huge. Look at the size of this one. Let's see. Look. That's how big it is. Excuse me while I cough. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be dosing up on the vitamin C for the next couple of days. I know that there's something lurking, and I'm really going to try and stave it off as best I can. We couldn't have asked for a more perfect sky, could we? This morning, it has been absolutely stunning. Perfect colour background to these gorgeous flowers. Okay, so there's people in front of the car again. Shall we try one last time to see if we can get in front of that tractor? Can't hurt, can it? Let's head over there and see if the tractor's free. Or if that kid's still sitting on it. Okay. So if you guys are prepared to help me out, I will buy, let me see, how many can I fit in this bag? Might be able to fit 4 sunflowers in this bag. And help, oh my goodness, these guys are really going for it. Do you mind if I take a photo of you? Look at you with your beautiful sunflowers. What are you going to do with them? Have you got a vase big enough?
Yeah, I've got a vase. I'll take most of the leaves off.
Yeah. Aren't they gorgeous? You did well. You picked perfect examples. I definitely don't have a vase big enough. Kimberly says, we have our sunflowers growing in summer and autumn. We really are at the tail end of autumn here. I was very surprised to still see them cropping sunflowers right now. I thought they would have been well and truly finished. Next week is the start of winter for us. So let me see, I should be able to see from here if there's anybody on that tractor. Sorry about the wind, guys, it's really picked up. I don't know, it looks like it could be free. And if so, we'll get you a great shot of the tractor. So they're the only props I found, the Volkswagen Beetle, the scarecrows and the tractor. I don't think there's any more. Let's see if we can get you a few angles of the old tractor. that tractor's not going anywhere, is it? This one's done farming. All right, there we go. I think that's pretty good. I think we've done enough. Hi, Karen. Just about finished, Karen, unfortunately, but that's okay. I can still get you at least one great sunflower shot. Beautiful. They're getting a picture of Doggo in the tractor. It's a little one. Very cute. All right, guys. Well, I'll head back around the corner over here. Let's finish off. Let's see if I can finish off with at least some sunflowers in the background somehow. Maybe along this track here. I'll turn the camera around. Farewell, you all. Let's see. And once again, I can't see the screen when I do this because of the sun in my eyes. But let's see if we can get some sunflowers in frame for you. All right, so there we go. We'll finish up here, and then I'll go and choose some beautiful sunflowers to take home with me. And hopefully I'll see you on tomorrow's tour where we make Rocky Road. All right, thanks everyone, and bye for now.